Hello everyone and welcome to Old Coins TV channel. If you love exploring the world of coins, their history, value, and rare discoveries, you've come to the right place. Here, we'll share exciting information about coins from around the world, from ancient treasures to modern currency. So, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon to never miss our latest videos. The 1978 D1 cent is a United States Lincoln Memorial penny struck at the Denver Mint, identified by the D mint mark located just below the date on the obverse of the coin. This coin belongs to the long-running Lincoln Memorial Cent Series 1959-2008, a design that honored President Abraham Lincoln while featuring the Lincoln Memorial Building on the reverse. By 1978, the Lincoln cent had already become one of the most widely circulated and recognized coins in American history, used daily by millions of people for everyday transactions. The 1978 D cent was produced during a time of economic change in the United States, when inflation, rising metal prices, and shifts in manufacturing costs were beginning to influence how coins were made and valued. Despite being a common circulation coin, the 1978 D penny holds historical importance because it represents the final era of traditional copper-based U.S. cents before major composition changes occurred in the early 1980s. From a composition standpoint, the 1978 D cent is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, a bronze alloy that had been used for most Lincoln cents since 1909, with brief wartime exceptions. This high copper content gives the coin its familiar reddish-brown color when new, which gradually darkens over time due to oxidation and environmental exposure. At the time of minting, copper prices were rising, and although the intrinsic metal value of the penny was still below 1 cent in 1978, it was getting dangerously close to face value. This economic pressure eventually led the U.S. Mint to change the cent's composition in 1982 to copper-plated zinc. Because of this, the 1978 D penny is part of the last generation of real copper U.S. cents, making it especially interesting to collectors who prefer older metal content coins. The Denver Mint produced an extremely large number of 1978 D cents, with an official mintage of approximately 5.5 billion coins, making it one of the highest mintage pennies of the entire Lincoln Memorial series. This enormous production reflects the heavy demand for small denomination coins during the late 1970s, when cash transactions were common and the penny was still widely used in everyday commerce. Due to this massive output, most 1978 D cents were heavily circulated, and finding examples in worn condition is very easy even today. However, coins that have survived in uncirculated or mint state condition, especially with full original luster and minimal marks, are far more desirable to collectors. In terms of design, the obverse of the 1978 D cent features the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln faces right, with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," along the top rim, "Liberty," to the left, and the date 1978 to the right, just above the mint mark, D. Brenner's initials, VDB, appear subtly on Lincoln's shoulder truncation. The reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, with the inscriptions, "United States of America," at the top, "E pluribus unum," above the memorial, and 1 cent, at the bottom. If examined closely under magnification, the tiny statue of Lincoln can be seen seated inside the memorial, making this one of the few U.S. coins where the same person appears on both sides. When discussing condition and grading, most 1978 D cents found today fall into circulated grades, ranging from good G4 to extremely fine EF40. These coins usually show flattened details on Lincoln's hair, jawline, and coat, as well as reduced sharpness on the memorial steps. In about uncirculated condition, traces of mint luster may still be visible, especially in protected areas. Truly mint state MS examples show no wear, only contact marks from the minting and bagging process. Higher grade specimens, such as Mississippi 66 or Mississippi 67, red RD, are scarce and command significantly higher prices due to their visual appeal, strong strike, and vibrant red copper color. Although the 1978 D penny is common, errors and varieties add excitement and value for collectors. Some known errors include off-center strikes, clipped planchettes, die cracks, die chips, and weaker doubled mint marks. True double die varieties are rare for this issue, but minor mechanical doubling can sometimes be seen on letters or numbers. Coins struck on defective planchettes or with dramatic off-center errors can be worth many times their face value, depending on the severity and visibility of the error. These error coins are especially popular among younger collectors and those who enjoy searching rolls of pennies. From a value perspective, the standard 1978 D cent in circulated condition is usually worth face value 1 cent. In uncirculated condition, values typically range from 10 cents to 50 cents, depending on color designation brown, red-brown, or red. High-grade certified examples, especially Mississippi 67, Road, can sell for $50 to $200 or more, depending on market demand and eye appeal. Error coins can range from a few dollars to several $100s, making roll searching a potentially rewarding hobby. The collecting importance of the 1978 D penny lies not in rarity, but in its role as a historical and educational coin. It is often included in date and midmark sets, Lincoln cent albums, and copper hoards. Many collectors also save 1978 D cents in bulk due to their copper content, believing they may hold greater value in the future if copper prices rise significantly. For beginner collectors, this coin is an excellent entry point because it is affordable, widely available, and rich in history. In a broader historical sense, the 1978 D 1 cent reflects the final years of a traditional American coinage system that prioritized metal value and long-standing designs. Soon after this period, the U.S. Mint began experimenting with cheaper metals, modern minting technology, and new commemorative themes. As such, the 1978 D penny serves as a quiet but powerful reminder of a transitional era in U.S. monetary history, an everyday coin that tells a much larger story about economics, industry, and national identity. Another very important aspect of the 1978 D Lincoln cent is its strike quality and minting technology, which reflects how the U.S. Mint operated during the late 1970s. At the Denver Mint, high-speed presses were used to meet massive demand, often striking hundreds of coins per minute. Because of this intense production pace, many 1978 D cents show soft strikes, especially on Lincoln's hair above the ear and the central steps of the Lincoln Memorial. Coins with unusually sharp details, strong rim definition, and clear memorial lines are therefore more desirable. Collectors carefully examine these areas to identify well-struck examples, as superior strike quality can significantly increase a coin's grade and value. The presence of full original mint luster, radiating cartwheel patterns when the coin is tilted under light, is another key indicator of a high-quality specimen. Environmental exposure has played a major role in shaping how 1978 D cents look today. Because copper reacts easily with air, moisture, and chemicals, many coins have toned to deep brown or uneven colors. Some cents show attractive natural toning, ranging from light chocolate brown to golden or rainbow hues, which can be appealing to collectors if the surfaces remain clean. However, coins that were improperly cleaned or exposed to harsh conditions often show dull surfaces, scratches, or unnatural brightness. Cleaning significantly reduces collector value, making originality one of the most important factors when evaluating a 1978 D penny. Serious collectors strongly prefer coins with untouched surfaces, even if they show natural aging. The economic background of 1978 also adds depth to the story of this penny. During this time, the United States faced rising inflation, energy shortages, and increasing production costs. The 1 cent coin, while small in value, became a symbol of a growing debate about whether such a low-denomination coin was still practical. Although no immediate action was taken in 1978, discussions within the Treasury Department and the U.S. Mint were already underway about reducing costs. This makes the 1978 D-cent historically meaningful as part of the final chapter before the major 1982 composition change, when copper was largely removed from the cent to save money. For collectors, the roll-searching experience associated with 1978 D-cents is especially popular. Because these coins are still commonly found in old bank rolls, coin jars, and inherited collections, many hobbyists enjoy searching through large quantities in hopes of discovering high-grade examples or unusual errors. The thrill comes from knowing that even though the coin is common, a rare error or exceptionally preserved piece could be hiding in plain sight. This aspect has made the 1978 D penny a favorite among beginners and experienced collectors alike, reinforcing its long-term popularity within the hobby. Another layer of interest comes from die deterioration varieties, which are quite common on 1978 D cents due to the extended use of dies during high-volume production. As dies wore down, they developed cracks, chips, and rough textures that transferred onto the coins. Some cents show small raised blobs of metal near letters or numbers, often called cuds, or die chips. While minor examples are common and low value, larger and more dramatic die breaks can be collectible and sometimes sell for premium prices. These varieties offer insight into the minting process and demonstrate how tools wear out over time under extreme pressure. From an educational perspective, the 1978 D1 cent is frequently used to teach new collectors about grading, mint marks, and composition differences. Because examples are inexpensive and easy to obtain, collectors can compare worn, lightly circulated, and mint state coins side by side. This makes it easier to understand how wear affects design details and how luster distinguishes uncirculated coins from circulated ones. Coin clubs, schools, and online educational channels often use coins like the 1978 D cent as teaching tools, further solidifying its place in numismatic learning. Finally, the long-term outlook for the 1978 D penny remains a topic of discussion among collectors. While it is unlikely to become rare in the traditional sense due to its massive mintage, its copper content, historical role, and collectible errors ensure continued interest. As time passes and fewer high-grade examples survive, top-quality coins may continue to rise slowly in value. In this way, the 1978 D cent stands as a reminder that even the most ordinary coins can carry extraordinary stories, connecting everyday life, national history, and the enduring appeal of coin collecting.